Patellar tendinitis is one of our specialties. We're going to show you in this video the 5 essential keys so you can get rid of it and get rid of it for good. Let's get straight into the video. First thing we're going to do is loosen up the quads. We want to get rid of that pull on our quad. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to glide. I'm going forward. I want to do it in 4-inch little gaps, depending on how long your leg is. But I'm going to break my leg up into 2 pieces. So I'm going here for 10 swipes. I'm going here for 10 swipes. I'm going to go on the outside, but I'm not allowing it to push my knee inward. I'm pushing my knee out to the side, 10 swipes, doing 10 swipes right here. This is where it feels real grungy. I'm going to dig into that. I want to loosen up this muscle tissue because I have a constant pull on my quad. That's the end of my patella tendon. It's going to be pulling on it, and that's got pressure on it. I go on the inside for 10, and then I go on the inside down here for 10. And so I'm loosening that up. That should take you about 1 to 2 minutes. And it's best to do it on both sides, but if you have one side that's affecting you more, make sure you don't miss that. Second, we're going to do hip hinges. So we need to start hip hinging so we can load up our glutes more than our quads. If we're constantly putting pressure on our quads, if our knees are constantly going forward, we're putting pressure on our knee, and you're going to feel that. So what I want to do is get up against a chair or a wall, but I'll set up right here against this chair. And so I want to step my foot length away from it, and then I'm going to push my hips back. Hip hinging is one of the most important things that we do. So I'm just gliding back, keeping my back in a neutral position. My face stays in line with my chest. I'm reaching back and I'm firing up my glutes. To get a little bit more glute engagement, just try to drive your feet apart like you're trying to rip the carpet. You'll feel your glutes fire up. The more we put pressure into your glutes, the less pressure is going to be on your quads that are pulling on your knees all the time. Number 3 is a calf stretch. If we don't get enough dorsiflexion, if we don't get enough bend in our ankle, then we're going to put pressure on our knee really early while we're walking. And so we have 2 muscles in our calf that are really important. It's our gastroc and our soleus. So what I'm going to do is come back like this. I'm pressing down. I'm going to respect this knee because I don't want to cause a problem for it. So I'm going to keep it over the ankle. I'm going to press my heel down, keeping my knee extended, keep it straight back there. I'm not moving in my back. I'm staying down, and I'm holding that for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to bend my knee and push down into my heel and hold that for 30 seconds. So maintaining this position is going to allow you to loosen up the back of that leg so you can start walking through and not putting pressure on your knee while you're in your gait cycle. Number 4, you're going to need a band, some type of resistance. You can start out without resistance if it's too much right now, but these clip bands are really great. We'll put a link below on where you can order them, but a bunch of our clients have them. It's really easy to get on instead of having to loop it around your feet. So what I'm going to do is side steps. This is going to be firing up my glutes too because I want to protect my knees. My glutes are what's going to protect my knees. So I'm going to do 5 side steps. My knee is pointed outside my second toe. I'm doing side steps here. I'm going to do 5 of them and side steps back. You'll notice that I'm in this same hip hinge position, just like this. I'm kicking my butt back and my chest down a little bit. That makes my glutes fire up, and I'm doing my side steps. I'm going to go 5 one way and then 5 the other way. 1-inch little steps. It's really simple. It's hard to do, but we want to maintain that 1-inch little step and keep firing up our glutes. We're going to run through these exercises consistently. We want to do them twice a day. We're going to fire up those glutes so much that your quads don't take over and we take pressure off that patella tendon. Number 3 is the world's greatest stretch. So we want to loosen up our hips so we can use the glutes more effectively. So what I'm going to do, a modified version is coming against this chair. I'm dropping my hip down. It's right here. My groin area is driving forward. I'm squeezing my back glute. I'm not doing any rotation with it. I'm just making sure I squeeze that back glute. When I squeeze the back glute, I'm getting reciprocal inhibition. I'm firing up my butt muscle so that my hip flexor can ease up. And I'm getting it to relax. Same thing on the other side. When I do these, I'm gonna, if I'm not moving with it, I'm just gonna do it for 30 seconds. I'm squeezing that back glute. And by squeezing this is making my hip flexor loosen up, and I'm dropping down into my groin area, but I'm really thinking about my knee not shifting in front of my toes while I do this. And that's number 5. Those 5 exercises are going to be really effective and efficient at getting rid of that patellar tendinitis. We're just taking stress off of the knee. When we look at the quad right here, this is the quad coming down and it attaches to the patella tendon right here. And then it comes down and attaches across the kneecap. So what happens if I'm getting pressure all the time, I'm using these quads, these are fired up. When I go back into a hip hinge, I can poke down into this muscle. So it's totally different. So I don't have that pressure. When I'm coming forward like that, my kneecap is being pressured in here, and the attachments on the quad and the attachments below the patella, they start to get irritated. And so by loosening that up, we're rolling out these muscles right here to loosen up that pull. Think of it like your shorts. I'm constantly getting that pull right here. The threads are going to start to tear, and that's what tendinitis is, that fraying of those ropes at the end. So we loosen up the quad like that, and then the byproduct, we loosen up the quad, we still have to use muscles, so we have to redistribute that stress, and we redistribute that stress to the glutes. So by pushing our weight and putting pressure into our glutes, it's going to allow you to walk around and use your butt more and take that pressure off your quads. When you do that, you're going to get long-lasting results instead of the short-term things that you're used to. If you found this video helpful, like it or share it. Check out our other knee videos and our videos on sciatica. Most of the time when our clients have a knee problem, they end up with sciatica issues too. Get mobile and stay active.